Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again, and in this video we are going to see the capital asset pricing model, a very important model when it comes to the understanding of finance. In my previous video we have seen what is risk and what is return, and in this video actually we are going to see the relationship between the risk and return which is expressed in this model. Okay, so let's start. I'm telling that any investor will consider two things, risk and return. These are the two very important aspects for any kind of investment. Okay, and in my last video we have seen that what we understand, how do we compute return, and what we understand by risk. Right, so we have seen that the risk is of two types. One is systematic risk and the other one is the unsystematic risk. We have seen this, but you see why one investor has to know the risk and return? Because an investor, when he is investing, he is not taking risk. If he is not taking risk, his return is less, but the moment he starts taking risk, his return gets increased. Okay, he gets, or he or she earns more return, because risk and return bears the positive relationship. Now it should not be like this, that an investor is earning a return which is not appropriate for the amount of risk. Maybe he is earning less return considering the risk, or so there should be a relationship between the risk and return. Okay, if this much risk, what is my return? If that much risk, what is my return? So varying degree of risk, the return also gets changed. As you vary the degree of risk, the return also varies. This relationship between the return and the systematic risk is measured by a model called capital assets pricing model. The risk and return relationship is explained by a model called the capital assets pricing model, right? Because any investor should get the right amount of return considering the amount of risk. You should get the right amount of return considering the volume of risk you are taking, right? My intention to take more risk is to earn more return. So in that way, my equation should be satisfied, that risk more, return should also be more. Now I am telling you that this capital asset pricing model establishes the relationship between the risk and return, and it also helps in the pricing of the security. We will see in the later part. Okay, now any investment, when you are making investment, okay, you are earning return. You are earning return. Please try to understand. As you make investment, you are earning return. The returns are of two types. One is called risk-free return, and the other one is called the market return. Market return, right? Now you see, I'm writing risk-free return as RF and market return as RM. Okay, now let's understand what is risk-free return and what is market return. Risk-free return means when I am investing, and suppose I am an investor who does not want to take risk. I am a risk averser. So what I will do, I will select only those investments which do not carry any risk. Maybe if it is the case of India, I will go for investing in the treasury bills issued by Reserve Bank of India. I will go for government bonds. Okay, so these are certain such securities, or maybe government warrants. So these are those securities which are free from any risk, right? So these are called risk-free returns. So remember, these returns are less. The returns out of the risk-free investments are lesser. Why? Because they do not carry any risk. When you are taking less risk, obviously you are earning less returns. So you are earning return, but it is less. Whereas market return means those returns which you earn by taking some degree of risk. These are those returns which comes from those investments which carry some degree of risk, right? So you are taking risk, and due to that risk you are getting something called risk premium. So remember, if your investment is earning, suppose you are earning, that means you are taking no risk. Okay, so you are earning something. This is because of time, because of the time. The returns comes from you to you due to time. Now what is this time? Time means since you have put your money in government securities or in treasury bills, that means you are foregoing that money for some period of time until the maturity comes. So the return that you get is because of the time for which you have invested, right? Whereas this is the return that you get for premium for risk taking. You are earning some return for premium, as premium for risk taking. Okay, you are earning some premium out of this return. So if this is 5 rupees, so it is 7 rupees, that means 2 rupees, that is 7 minus 5 is some returns for risk taking. You are getting 5 here, you are getting 7 here, the money is more here, the return is more here. This is because you have taken some risk. If government security gives you 5 rupees, you are taking some risk in the markets. So investment in the market securities will give you 7 rupees. So this 2 rupees is because of the premium for risk taking. Here the return is due to the time, whereas here the return is taking for taking some risk. Now this relationship is expressed with the help of an equation under the capital assets pricing model. Okay, so there is a equation. So what is this equation? I am writing here expected return ER is equals to RF, means you are getting some risk free return. If you have invested your money, suppose, and as an investor I am investing money, I must get something which is equal to how much a risk free investment earns me. I will explain you. Okay, risk free return plus I am getting some market return minus risk free return times beta. What does this mean? This means that you are getting some risk free. Suppose I am getting 10 rupees, and this is when you are investing in the market security, and in the risk free security you are earning say 5 rupees. Okay, so you must get at least 5 rupees from the market also. If without taking risk you are getting 5, so from the market it should not be that you are getting 4. If you are getting from the market 4, means you are getting less than even the risk free security, which will never be possible. I hope you understand what I am saying. I am saying that when you are investing in a market, you must at least get the minimum risk free return which any investor who invests in risk free assets gets. That is at least the minimum value that you should get. Plus you should get some premium. What is this premium? Premium is the 10 minus 5, that means you are getting some extra 5 also. Okay, this risk premium will vary as you take more and more risk, and that more and more risk will be captured by something called beta, which we have seen in the last video. Okay, so as you take more risk, you will be multiplying that risk factor with this 5 and your return will increase. So considering the amount of risk you take, your market return, this part will also increase. More risk you are taking, this part will increase. Less risk you are taking, this part will decrease. I hope I have made the concept clear. Let me not make it very complicated. Let me start with the simplest explanation. Your expected return that an investor gets includes the minimum risk free that any investor without taking risk gets, plus since you have invested in the market, you must get something extra. What is that extra? The risk free return over and above that, the market return minus risk free return, that premium you should get. Okay, so this minimum is something which you get, but over and above this risk free you must get something extra, which is captured by market return minus risk free return. Okay, that premium is known as risk premium for risk taking, which will be multiplied by the beta, because more risk you take, more will be your this factor will be more. Okay, so this is explained with the help of this model called capital assets pricing model. Okay, now the same model, if I put it graphically, if I have to draw this graphically, it will look like this. Suppose I write here beta, this is the risk, okay, in the OX axis, and I write OY axis as my return. Okay, Now you see your risk free for any degree of risk. Remember, this is risk, this side is risk, this side is return. For any degree of risk, your risk free return will remain the same, because here there is risk free, means you are not taking any risk. So your risk free return will be like this. Okay, so this is your RF. And suppose you are if I have to write it this way, suppose suppose your risk free return is this much is your risk free return, not this is risk free return. Suppose in my case my risk free return was 5 rupees, so risk free return is 5. If you take this much risk also, it is 5. If this much risk also, suppose it is like this, suppose it is 0.5, 1, 1.5, okay, 1.75, suppose it is like this. Okay, so any degree of risk you take, your risk free return will be same. Now suppose an investor takes this much risk, 1.5. so what we will do, we will draw a line like this upward. Now if I extend this line here and bring it down this side, bring it in the left side, okay, make it touch the OY axis, it will tell me that for this much degree of risk, 1.5 beta is risk, this much risk, my return should be this much. Suppose it is 10. Okay, so since I have taken risk, I am getting minimum 5 as any investor gets due to risk free investment, but over and above I have got something more. This something more is known as risk premium. This is called premium for taking the risk. This part is known as the risk premium. Okay, this is the premium for taking the risk. Okay, so these are not working, so risk premium, this is risk premium. So what we have done here, I have shown you these are my betas and these are my returns. Minimum there is a risk free return in the market that any investor should earn. Okay, risk free return is 5 rupees say, but an investor has taken risk 1.5. Since he has taken risk, so I will do what? I will draw a linear line, a straight line from here rising upward. Why upward? More risk, more return, that's why it will be a upward from left to right. And then I will just extend it and then I will bring it this side to see how much will be his return. I got it is 10. So from distance between here to here shows me that this is the risk premium that the investor has earned due to taking some degree of risk. If you reduce the risk, see, suppose the risk is this much, it will give you less return, say it is 8 rupees. It's still earning some premium, you are still earning some premium, okay, but the premium is less here, premium is more here. So this line that you see is known as security market, this line is known as security market line or SML. So what is SML? SML is a line which shows the risk return relationship. This is just the graphical representation of the CAPM model. It tells us that an investor, if he takes risk, gets a minimum risk free return which you should earn at least, and over and above you get some extra return which is the risk premium or premium for risk taking. So this is all about this is the simplest video of capital asset pricing model. Thank you for watching. In my next video we will be talking about the capital market line. This is security market line. In the next video we will talk about the capital market line. Thank you, and please stay tuned for my next video. Thank you.